Prednisone tablets are miracle medications that you need to be super careful with. In this video, I'll share with you all about prednisone tablets, all of the strengths, how to take them, and common mistakes that people make that I want to help you avoid. Plus, what to expect as far as side effects. I'm Dr. Megan, the prednisone pharmacist, and I've personally taken prednisone. Plus, I am a board certified doctor of pharmacy and third generation pharmacist. So here is me in our family pharmacy holding our prednisone pills. So now that you know the strengths that prednisone comes in, anywhere from 1 to 50 milligrams, you can also take any variation of those. You can have 1 plus 1 equals 2 milligrams, or you can do 50 plus 50 is 100 milligrams. Any variation your doctor can prescribe. And so you could have anywhere from a half of one of those 1 milligram tablet up to pretty much the highest dose I've ever heard of is 1,000 milligrams of prednisone. You'd have to take 20 of the highest strengths tablets. That would be humongous. That would be like a nuclear bomb. So what is prednisone? What is it used for? Prednisone is prescribed for asthma, allergies, arthritis, and autoimmune diseases of many kinds. Pretty much any doctor can prescribe it for any form of inflammation. Why do doctors prescribe it? Well, prednisone is a miracle when it comes to turning down inflammation. It's kind of like a fire hose putting out a fire. It doesn't stop the fire, it just turns down all the redness, inflammation, swelling, and pain that can be caused by many types of inflammatory or autoimmune conditions. The way it works is prednisone is chemically, structurally very similar to a naturally occurring hormone in your body called cortisol. Cortisol is secreted and created by Mother Nature to help you survive stressful situations, to survive a disaster like a famine or a war or a time when you really need to just survive. When you break your leg, cortisol is there to help you survive until you can get into the helicopter and to the hospital. They can set it, they can give you the help you need. Cortisol saves lives. Prednisone saves lives, but it comes at a cost. And that cost is that cortisol is stealing from your body many nutrients, and that leads to side effects. Side effects like what it's doing to your blood sugar. It's causing high blood sugar. It's causing you to feel super hungry that can lead to weight gain. It's stealing your ability to make restful hormones like melatonin. And so it's causing insomnia. It is stealing calcium and vitamin D from your bones, leading to bone loss and osteoporosis. It's stealing protein and other nutrients from your muscles, leading to sarcopenia, muscle loss, and fat redistribution to your face as moon face, your belly as a big belly, weight gain, looking like you're pregnant, even if you're a man, and you can feel awful while taking prednisone. Prednisone's saving your life, and prednisone is ruining your life with the side effects. These are the side effects I personally experienced. Check out that caricature, that cartoon that I made of all of the things that prednisone did to me. It saved my life. I would not be here today. I probably would have bled to death without it, but it caused so many side effects. So let's talk about how you can take prednisone to minimize side effects. So the first thing you need to know about prednisone is back to the fact that it is replacing and mimicking cortisol. Well, cortisol is naturally released in your body first thing in the morning. It's basically like the sun. It's kind of going across the sky and it's gone at bedtime. That's basically how cortisol is. So you want to take prednisone to mimic that as closely as possible. That means you take prednisone first thing in the morning. Like it's the first thing you do. If it were me and I was taking prednisone again, I would have prednisone, the bottle right next to my bed with a glass of water. I would literally roll out of bed, take my pills. For some people, they even wake up early, like an hour before, to take their pills and go back to bed so that it kicks in for their pain relief, their PMR pain relief, by the time they actually need to get out of bed. And so you want to take it first thing in the morning, unless your doctor says otherwise. And then, like I said, you can take it with just a glass of water. Some people, and there's a myth that you have to take it with food to minimize the gastrointestinal side effects of prednisone. And while for some people that might be true, for most people, the best thing is to avoid taking prednisone with drug interaction medications that can cause those side effects. That would be things like ibuprofen, naproxen, ketoprofen, anything that's an NSAID, a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug. You want to avoid that combination with prednisone because that can lead to peptic ulcers, bleeding ulcers. People can die from it. So unless your doctor is recommending that you take that combination, I would avoid it if possible. Another reason you want to be taking prednisone first thing in the morning is to minimize your chance of having one of the most common side effects, and that is insomnia. Insomnia is worse when you're taking prednisone at night or later in the day because the prednisone needs time to wear off before you go to bed. So you're not feeling jittery and like you're going to save the world and figure it all out and you have the energy to do so. You just want to be prioritizing first thing in the morning for taking prednisone. Next, while taking prednisone, you want to minimize certain things and maximize certain things. So you want to minimize your dietary intake of sugar, salt, and basically man-made foods. If Mother Nature made it, it's probably okay while on prednisone. If it was made in a factory, you probably want to avoid it because prednisone is worsening your blood sugar and it is worsening your blood pressure. And so minimizing added sugars and salts can really help support your body while taking prednisone. Another mistake people commonly make is thinking, okay, I can just stop taking prednisone cold turkey because I'm feeling fine now. That can actually be a fatal choice. Do not ever go cold turkey on prednisone. The reason this can be such a big problem is back to the fact that prednisone is mimicking cortisol. Prednisone is actually stopping you from making cortisol naturally once you start taking it. Your body can't just suddenly start making cortisol again. It needs time to slowly turn back on your cortisol making abilities, your HPA axis over time. You need to give it that chance to over days, weeks, or even months to turn itself back on. That means that you always follow your doctor's prescription of when to take prednisone. For example, I'm going to take this dose for 7 days, that dose for 7 days, and slowly taper off. You want to follow that exactly. And if you're having struggles with that, definitely reach out to your doctor. But if you were to go cold turkey, it could lead to multi-organ system failure and death. It can make it so that you aren't able to have stable blood sugars, blood pressure, and your organs can fail and you can die. So be super careful about taking your prescription as the doctor ordered. If you accidentally skip a dose, that can be okay. Like missing for 1 day is okay, but going cold turkey permanently can be a problem. In fact, some doctors prescribe every other day dosing. And so that is within the realm of normal medical practice. So if you do miss a dose on accident, just take your next dose at the regularly scheduled time, unless you call your doctor and they say otherwise. The reason is back to we don't want to cause insomnia and throw off your whole sleep-wake cycle. So prednisone is this miracle medication that can cause more side effects than any other drug. Up to 150 side effects can come from prednisone. So is there anything else you can do to minimize these side effects? Yes, I told you that prednisone is stealing nutrients and that's leading to side effects. So if you were to give back the nutrients that prednisone is stealing, you'll feel better. If you give back calcium and vitamin D, you're actually following the doctors who prescribe prednisone the most, their guideline recommendation. They say that people who take prednisone should be supplementing with calcium and vitamin D. And so you need to be giving that back to prevent bone loss and osteoporosis. Researchers in Israel, they've discovered that prednisone is stealing chromium picolinate, and when it's replenished, that can reverse diabetes caused by prednisone. And that special kind of chromium can also support healthy blood sugars, support healthy weight, support healthy muscle mass, and maybe even reduce moon phase. And so giving back chromium that prednisone is stealing is a really important thing. Then there's other things that prednisone is stealing, like melatonin, that you absolutely need to get restful sleep at night. So giving back melatonin can help you have a healthy sleep-wake cycle. You also need magnesium, which prednisone is stealing, to be able to make melatonin in your body. So giving back magnesium is really important too. So you can find all of those ingredients as different supplements, and that's fine. Or you can take the first and only supplement designed for people on prednisone that I designed based on my experience as a doctor of pharmacy and my own personal experience taking prednisone. This is called Nutrinize Zone, and it's got 2 bottles for a month supply of all the nutrients you need while taking prednisone to replenish what prednisone is stealing. The morning bottle has that calcium, vitamin D, magnesium, and chromium to help support your metabolism and your bones. The bedtime bottle has magnesium and melatonin to help you get restful sleep. Plus, they both contain other vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that you absolutely need to feel your very best while taking prednisone. You can get this by clicking the link below. Just go there and you just take 2 in the morning with your daily prednisone dose and 2 at night to help you get restful sleep. Click that link and get Nutrinize Zone today so that you can feel like you're in the zone, that you're reducing your suffering by replenishing your nutrients so that you can actually recover from taking prednisone. Just go get this at nutrinize.com. Signing off as Dr. Megan, your prednisone pharmacist.